going out there? Hope everybody's doing well and splendid and blessed and having a great Sunday. Sunday, fun day. We've got the lawn finished, mowed. Finally. Holy shit, that was quite the experience. And now we are going to Home Depot real quick to grab us a couple things for the yard. A couple things we need. Not bad though. Not much left to do in the front yard, that is. We've gotten that all taken care of. Got the backyard taken care of too. A couple more things we got to move around. We got to move a couple fire pits around. Put some fire racks in a couple different spots, and we should be good to go. The only thing really now that we're waiting on with Zook Pond is we need a Wayne County soil erosion permit, right? For lack of a better word. Erosion and sedimentation control permit, something along those lines, or sedimentation and erosion control permit. Actual, but that is about $435, give or take, that we have to come up with for that. So we will do what we can. Obviously, we'll do what we can to see that happens. Timeline wise, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I wasn't expecting really to have it done until July, August, but I was even thinking maybe even September or October. I mean, it just depends, you don't know. I mean, it's definitely going to slow things down at least a month, probably 2 months, right? Realistically, maybe even 3. It just depends, right? What they say, and it depends on a lot of things, but we will see. Nonetheless, we will see. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? You gotta follow the rules. Try to. I mean, if they're how do I say, clearly defined and understandable, right? If you can, first of all, you got to be able to find the rules, right? They actually have to be published, right? They have to be readily available, and then they have to be, understandable for a normal person. So a normal person has to be able to understand what is being, what is trying to be conveyed, right? There can't be any ambiguity. Can't be any vagueness, right? So if it's true, then I always try to follow the law if possible. I always try to, if it's feasible, right? If it's feasible, which in this case it is. So we're gonna follow the Wayne County process, and then after that, the only other, I think that's it. I mean, unless the city of Wayne has anything that they might try to, which they've already said that they don't have any issue with it. So, I mean, there really shouldn't be anything else that gets in the way other than this Wayne County sedimentation and erosion control permit, and that should take a couple months. Hopefully it doesn't take longer than that. The E permit was pretty quick. Eagle, I honestly, the city gives eagle a lot of shit, but I don't personally. I don't think that eagle is really the problem. You know, I think eagle does a pretty good job. Well, at least in my case, they did. Now, I can't say, you know, as far as the open fields case that's ongoing, you know, I really can't speak on to that, but which my property isn't big enough to be open fields, you know. I have a 300 by 400 foot, roughly 300 foot wide by 400 foot deep property. And upwards probably of 100 feet in front of me, right, until you hit the road. And then I have the same, probably double that, probably around 200 feet behind me, right? So Oliver versus United States, they determined that 60 yards, which is 180 feet, they determined that 60 yards or 180 feet was not considered the curtilage in that particular Supreme Court case. But, you know, my fire pit's about 16 or 17 yards away from my house. So definitely curtilage, without a doubt. And then, like I said, I don't really have any open fields per se, because my open fields aren't open fields at all. They're, you know, protected wetland, you know, heavily wooded area. And so, yeah, I mean, but open fields, open fields. What about them? Hopefully, you know, the case will, man, everybody's here today. Everybody is here today at the Home Depot. Now I can fucking actually see what I can actually see now, which is good. I like being able to see out of my glasses. It really does excite me quite a lot. I can't lie. What up, bro? Hobbling around like a fucking, like an action figure. There we go. We got nice, beautiful couples out holding hands. PDA, public display of affection. Always love that. As long as they don't go too far, right? Right. As long as there's no indecent exposure and none of that crazy stuff. It's just strictly holding hands, right? We love that. We love to see that. Hopefully that couple will go on to have many, many beautiful children. Because we do need a lot more of them, especially white ones. We definitely need more white children. Lots. The more the merrier. You can never have enough beautiful white people. You never can have enough. But yeah, going into Home Depot here. We will check back in later. I know I keep saying that, but we will. I promise you guys. We will talk again, hopefully, unless the city of Wayne decides to murder me. The City of Wayne Police Department, along with the help of the fire department, and then, you know, probably some others, right, of course. But as long as the Wayne PD does not murder me, then we will see each other again. We will speak again. Love you. Take care, guys.